let me introduce myself. I am Bruce J. Danielson, and here with me is my partner, JD Danielson.
Hello, and
They
we
are
are
the
the
Credit
Credit
Masters.
Masters. Now, folks, we know that having bad credit and constantly receiving phone calls, having collection bullies hounding you about a payment can be very stressful. And we also want you to know that with this kind of cycle going on in your life, you will soon have this never-ending cycle of paying out money to bill collectors that just can keep hounding you, and it will be hard to even keep a roof over your head. This kind of cycle does not allow you to have that kind of life that is financially free.
Look, you don't have to go on continuing to live this way. Once you hire FSCC, that's First Stone Credit Counseling,
Right?
we will put on our gloves, boxing gloves, and fight for you and get you back to normal, okay? So call First Stone now at 972-235-1188. That's 972-235-1188. Just like one client of ours I'm going to tell you about, whose credit began looking so bad she almost lost her house. And the car dealers kept denying her the option to make lower payments on a car that she wanted to buy.
Sad situation.
She almost lost her house because the bank would not refinance her credit, her mortgage loan. And on top of that, she was pregnant with her first child.
Oh, sad.
So when she hired First Stone, JD and I put on our gloves.
Absolutely,
okay?
Absolutely.
And we were able to settle her accounts for pennies on the dollars, believe it or not, and stopped the foreclosure and stabilized her life, removing much of the stress, which can be, as you may know, very harmful for a pregnant mom.
Oh, very, very harmful for pregnant moms. But tell us, Bruce, tell the audience, how did you get in trouble?
Well, I'm going to tell you another little quickie story here. Years ago, when I first came to the Dallas-Fort Worth, came back to the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I went to work with a very interesting organization, and the economy collapsed. So I was buying products. They wouldn't finance them, so I had to have the cash.
You had your own business, right?
I had my own business then, and I had to have the cash. So what I did in order to maximize my cash, since the banks were going broke, was I got a bunch of credit cards, like about 24.
Wow.
Yes. In fact, I
Don't
bought
put that
something
now.
for myself on one of them for $100, and it was guaranteed to be as represented, and it wasn't. So I turned around and sent it back, and I actually sent it back UPS, and I spent an extra 50 cents to prove that it went back. Well, the company didn't like that. They said, "You can't do that." I said, "Well, it says here I can." So they got really mad that I wouldn't go along with it, and they went and messed up my credit report. I got mad, and I happened to know some nasty lawyers who were with the company that I came here and worked for. And I told them the story. They said, "Well, let's go sue the buggers." And I
right.
said, "Okay." They said, "Now, what do you want?" I said, "I want my file clean. I want some restitution, and I want a letter of apology." Well, they agreed to, they didn't want to go any further and spend more money, but they wouldn't send me the letterhead with the president and CEO's name on it, apologizing.
Apologizing.
So anyway, they sent me, the lawyers that is, to a couple of organizations because we needed more information to learn how to do this. So I had a connection to a couple of government agencies, one called CIA and the other called FBI, who most of the time don't like each other, but I get along with both. Long story, too long for here. And anyway, they found me some people that knew a lot about this. And so we kept arguing and fighting with them, and finally we said, "Let's go try it." So on the steps of the courthouse, they had run the, we'll settle it for $24,000 to up to $24,000. And but they still hadn't agreed to give me that letter, and I insisted on the letter. The lawyer said they told us, the credit card company, that we had to settle it. If we signed the letter on the letterhead, will that be sufficient? So I looked over at my lawyer. They said, yeah, that'd do it. So we all agreed. I said, by the way, there's one more thing. Since you made us come down here today, it's now $26,000. And they laughed, and we settled it and went away. Well, about 6 weeks later, I got a call from the law firm. They have a monthly meeting, and at the meeting, they said, we had a lot of talk about you and what we did, and we found out in the last 6 weeks that we have other wealthy clients who have a little credit issue. And if you want to make a wealthy client mad, put something on his credit report, which we've seen many, many, many times since that. So anyway, I went and learned even more about this. I said, you need to become a credit repairman. So I did, and now you know the rest of the story. Here we are today, many years later.
And wow, and think about that, okay? Starts out with a $100 problem, okay? Ends up with $26,000 of them paying to him because they're so stubborn and think they know it all. Those credit collectors and bill collectors can really hound you. And what we want you to know, that we're really truly interested in helping you because we know that hardworking Americans really want to live the American dream. And so if you hire First Stone Credit Counseling, and we can restore your credit and get you to maybe an A+ or even better score, that's what we want to do.
Let me inject.
Okay.
That in order to do this, you gotta know the tricks, and they don't want you to know the tricks. They don't teach you the tricks, and the illegals don't know the tricks, okay? That's how you win these sort of things. You learn the tricks, and you learn how to beat them at their own game, which we do. Anyway, go ahead.
So, if you are sick and tired of being hounded, just stand up, okay, and help us with it. Come see us and let us fight for you, because it's time for you to start fighting back. And if you hire First Stone Credit Counseling, we can help you get back to a normal life, okay? Because we've been protecting hardworking Americans like yourself from credit collection bullies for over 30 years.
Once you hire us, we immediately put on our gloves and start fighting to stop those hounding credit collection bullies. They are phone calls by providing tough, smart, savvy services for our clients, as I explained a little earlier. So if you don't have to lay down and roll over and give up because of the credit collection bullies or their lawyers or the others, because they're hounding you. You can just call 972-235-1188, 972-235-1188 right now, or write it down and call us after the commercial's over, okay?
All right, so really, call us today and let us fight for you. Call us at 972-235-1188 and get your free initial telephone consultation. Again, call us. It's 972-235-1188.
So stand up
and we
for
are
yourself.
Ready. Yeah.
And we are nationwide, as JD told you. We have clients all over the United States. In fact, we've even had a few out of the country, believe it or not. And we want to put the gloves on for you. We are 100% legal under the Consumer Credit Protection Act of 1968.
And ask about our affiliate program.
Yes.
Call us.
Call us and ask about the affiliate program.
We're ready to fight for you.
Might get you some extra money to help with the program. Thank you. Bye now.